Today we did see about absolute and relative, okay, that's a natural way only. But then I did show you about the absolute referencing yesterday. Okay, can you anyone tell me about the two golden rules? How Excel behaves if there is no restriction? Like if I'm not going to apply any that dollar symbol, how it is going to react or how it's going to behave? Two golden
Ac-
rules.
Across the column will be constant, row will be changing. If it is across a row will be constant, column will change.
Okay, okay, that's fine, ma. Who was that, by the way? Sorry, I didn't see it.
Sheila.
Sheila. Okay, ma'am. Okay. So, absolute referencing. There was a confusion at the end, like about the mixed referencing. As of now, just go ahead for your absolute referencing across the column and row. It's very much working, right? So, I am able to see the absolute referencing at the bottom. All good. Okay. Now coming to relative referencing, as in no restriction, it can follow the like its own way. Excel can really follow. So my screen is visible, right? Not any issue with that. Okay. All okay, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now in here, as you can very much see on my screen, I have got 6 months data. 6 months, like every other month, I've got what's the total revenue. Revenue as in how much money I've earned, how much are my expenses. So revenue minus the expenses is going to give me the net income, meaning how much I actually do get in hand. Maybe I have spent 200 rupees. Sorry, maybe I have earned 200, but then I have even like put in some expenses over there, like for buying anything, any expenses from my end, around say maybe 150. So 200 minus 150 is what I actually have in hand. That's your net income. So here it's 220,000 minus 13,000 and odd, which is B5 minus C5. That's your net income. And if I drag it across this column, things are okay around, across a column, I can very well see my column B and C. I don't see any change. It's very much constant. Only the 5, that is your row number from 5 to 6 to 7 until 10 is changing. This is most the easiest one. You can really correlate as to what is a relative reference, wherein I am allowing no restrictions being implied, and it's very much it can do whatever it needs. No restriction. So absolute and relative, all good, guys. Absolute, I'm going to have a dollar symbol in front of both your column alphabet and your row number. And in relative, no restriction at all. Yes, no.
Yes, ma'am.
Mixed referencing, I am going to discuss about it in detail, but leaving the mixed reference is absolute and relative all okay. Any questions related to this? Okay, I don't see that guy. Okay, anyway, any chance I'm not able to make out? Is Akhil over here? No, I guess. Okay, not an issue. So, till what about the people who are now available? Absolute and relative all okay? Any questions regarding this?
No,
No,
ma'am.
na?
No
Okay,
questions,
fine.
ma'am. No.
Okay, now let me come to mixed referencing. I need to build a multiplication table like this. It has already been done, but let me recreate it, okay? Let me copy this, paste it here, and let me just remove these values. I need to achieve that, okay? Now, what is this multiplication table all about is? Your row headers, like onto your rows, you have from 10 to 50, and onto your columns, you have from 1 to 5. Okay, the first cell, as of now, I am in N7. Yes, you can make out N7, I am in. Yes, no? I even made it bigger also. Okay, now in
Yes.
here, this particular N7, if I want to calculate the value, it will be 10 into 1. Okay, that's the first thing that I have to do, equal to 10, which is in M7, into 1. 1 is in N6 cell. So I get the value as 10. Okay, I did the first calculation. But then what is the nature of it is, if you can see here, if I click on this particular last cell, it will be 50 into 5, like the row into column. If I click on the 60, it's 30 into 2, because the row is showing me 30 and the column is showing me here as 2. So 30 into 2. So it's something like I have to create a table, something like where whichever whichever the value has been there in that table, I select that particular cell. I should be very much able to correlate that, okay, whichever the row is there, row and that particular column number, the row header and the column header should be multiplied, and I should see the product in that selected cell. Okay, this is what I have to achieve. I have achieved the first one. I need to do for the rest, right? First one is all good, very easy. Let's not see that. Let's come here. Let me come here now. Okay, M7 into N6 only. I can see it in my formula bar. Okay, so let me now drag this over the entire column. I do see something. Okay, if I come here, okay, it says as M8 into N7. Okay, ideally this should have been 20, na? This is the row and this is the column. So 20 into 1 it should have shown me. What about here? It should have shown me 30 into 1, 30. Next one 40 into 1. Next one 50 into 1. Ideally, you're across this whole row, or sorry, across this whole column header is constant here. In other ways, it's a golden rule. Think about it. Across this column alphabet should be kept constant. It will be constant by default. Only that my row is going to change. So the one which is changing, I need to act upon that. I'll come again, don't worry. First one, 10, I'm seeing M7, which is 10 into 1. If I come to the second one, it changes to M8 into N7. N7 is what? 10. What it has done is 20 into 10. 20 is what is in M8. So 20 into 10 it has done, it's giving me 200. Ideally, it should have given me 20 into 1. M8 is okay. I am fine when it changed from M7 to M8 to the second calculation. M8 is nothing but this 20. Can you see here 20? So that is fine. I need to fix up the part which is after the multiplication sign. What across this whole of this column, my 1, the column header 1, it should be fixed. Only then I'll get here. First one is 10, I got it. Next one I'll get it as 20. Next one 30 and so on until 50 here. So in order to achieve that, what should I do? Any guesses? I need to act upon after the multiplication sign. First time it's N6. Next time it's changing to N7, N8, 9, and N10. Shall I just
Uh,
do
dollar
this?
sign for only again.
Yes, the one which is just changing, I had put a dollar sign on that only. Row is changing. It was from N6, it got changed to N7 to N8, right? So I just fixed that. I don't have to worry about N. N is not going to change. Only the 6 part, the row part was changing. So I fixed it. This is what is mixed referencing, guys. No big deal. No rocket science. Clear till here?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you all sure it's getting, I mean, are you able to understand the concept, how to really apply the dollar symbol?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So across this first one I have achieved. Now let me drag this to the right, across the row. Let me see, whatever I have got it is right or wrong. Now across this row, my row header 10 should be constant. Bear that in mind. First one, all okay. I don't see any problem, like M7 into N$6. Good. Second one, N changes to O. 6 is fine. Okay, not a problem. O6 is nothing but this 2 value. Okay. 2 value is O6. All good. Next time, it's P6, P$6, which is 3. Good. I'm just seeing, I'm not really seeing what's the product or the multiplication value it has shown me. I'm just looking at the formula only till now. Okay. So first time it is N$6. It gets changed to O$6, then to P dollar, then to Q, and then to R. So as is, I am seeing the part which is after the multiplication sign, which is nothing but your column headers. Obviously, it has to change. So those look okay. But problem comes with my row header. It is keeping on changing. See, for the first time, it is M7. Next time, it is N7. This one, this 10. That's the reason, okay. It has given me the correct value, like 10 into 2, 20 only. But here, it has not referred to this 10. It has referred to this 10, which is at N7. When I come to the third one, it should have been 30. 10 into 3, 30. But it gives me 60. How? This 3 into 20, it has given me 60. Next time, 240. It has multiplied 60 with 4. That's the reason P7. P7 is nothing but 60 value. Okay. And to the last one, ideally it should have been 50, which is 10 into 5. But what it does is 240 into 5,200 gives me. So across this area, I need to fix this while the cell reference before my multiplication sign. Earlier I had fixed after multiplication sign. Now I need to fix before multiplication sign. Okay, let me come to the second one. Okay, across a row, row is constant. Column alphabet is only changing. M changes to N, to O, to P, and to Q. So I need to fix M. I am not, because 7 we need not fix. It is very much fixed only. It's not changing. All okay. Across a row, row is constant. Column changes. I need to fix the column part. I'll put here, instead of going for function and F4, I just directly manually entered a dollar symbol before M. I hit enter. And now if I drag it to the right, things should be okay. Here it's 10 into 2, which is M7 into O6. Next one, again M7 only and P6. $M7, Q$6. Last one, $M7 and R$6. You're able to follow? Do you need to memorize how am I supposed to put the dollar symbol, or just by seeing the values and how the cell references are changing? Can you make out with that? Hmm?
No need to memorize.
Based on the cell reference.
No need to memorize, right? So it's very much like seeing how it is changing, how my cell references are changing, and what is the answer that I'm really expecting. If I have that in mind, that's very much enough. If just the, not only everything else, just what result I'm expecting, and what is being shown onto that particular cell, what is the formula and how it changes. If I see that, I should be able to do it. Okay, but now, okay, we have achieved it across this column and row, all good. Some change you have to do, guys. I'll tell you something. If I see onto this 10, which is 10 into 1, I do see like $M7. Na? When I come to this 20, this below one, I see M8. Earlier it was $M7. Here is just M8. please do have the synchronization across the row and column. This is not only applicable for this multiplication table, but across everywhere, like across this full table. If I am going to change any function or formula onto any of the cells, it's make sure that the same formula and cells, I mean, same formula or function is very much available over the entire column. Here it's a combination. So what I'll do is just drag it. You might tell me there is no really, if I my column, I don't have to worry, it's going to be M all the time across this column. I know that, but just to have a synchronization across the whole of the matrix, if you want to say, or the multiplication table, I need to have the same kind of formulas across here. So that's the reason I drag it across the column. And now let me select this whole of the row and just drag it till the end. I'll get all okay. If I come here, it's 50 into 5. M11, this is M11. M and 11, okay? M11 into R6. R is 5, okay, here 6. Yes, R6. So 5 in 50 into 5 only it's doing. Correctly only it's doing. What about here? 30 into 3. M9 and P6. M9 is 30 and P6 is 3. So hopefully now you understood the logic behind how to apply your mixed referencing.
Yeah.